Hey. I really hope that made it to the video. I hope it did. Welcome to episode 98. We made a podcast.
Wait a minute. Did you say 98?
I'm so over this, honestly. I want to quit.
Did you say episode 98?
I did say that.
I'm starting to run out of... I'm going to run out of ease.
Getting close.
Getting close to my limit in Portuguese.
Exactly. Get another language. Episode 98, We Made a Podcast back in the building. We Made a Podcast.com. We Made a Podcast on all social media.
To this point, it's robotic, isn't it?
It very much is. I'm literally
at home. You'd be
I don't want to do 98
of
anything. Like, what are you talking about right now?
I don't thought to check.
We Made a Podcast. We're doing another video. Obviously, you're listening to this on whatever medium you're listening to it on, and Caesar's doing this way too early.
No such thing. But this is before people leave.
Okay, but we are doing a video as well that'll be up on our YouTube channel.
Popping.
Really not popping.
At all. 5
We Made a
week.
Podcast is popping in over, I think we're over 73 countries now, I think. But we're at least in 73 countries right now. We Made a Podcast on all social media. We Made a Podcast.com. Everything's there for you. Champions League week. Sadly, we didn't really watch that much Champions League. I'm going to keep it real. I tried to watch... Let me just run down the scores before Caesar gets into the big recap of Juventus Bleep versus Atletico Madrid.
Whoa.
My bad.
Okay, let's do the episode again.
Let's start over. Okay, so everybody knows City beat Schalke 7-0. I was not really... City beat them 3-2 in Germany. So I watched Schalke play in the original recap. I was like, I don't know how Schalke made it there. They looked really bad.
How did they make it so
I guess
close?
Everybody was hyped over Weston McKonen, but obviously he didn't. I don't know if he played today either. But
Damn, he came at the homie without even knowing he played?
I don't know, but he didn't score or get an assist.
He's midfielder, but
he was playing kind of on the wing last time. But anyway, City won 7-0. I was expecting that. Barcelona did beat Lyon 5-1. I was not expecting that, but...
that hurt my soul.
Yeah, it did hurt. Caesar did ruin it for me, though. I was gonna watch that game. I did have some notes, but I was like, you know what? I was watching, and then I was like, okay, if Barcelona scores 2 goals, I'm gonna fast forward it until Lyon scores. Lyon scored. I was watching. Then Barcelona scored again. I was like, I'm fast forward, and then Barcelona just kept scoring. So
Barca relax.
Yeah, no recap for that one. Neither of us got a chance to watch Bayern versus Liverpool, but
word on the street is Liverpool won.
Liverpool did beat them 3-1. I guess we're over Bayern being good. I guess they're not really good anymore. They used to be some elite team, but
they definitely had that. Remember that I remember years ago. Before we did the show, we talked about that prime window where they kind of had to get everything going because all those guys they were top guys were in their 30s.
Yeah, dog.
You had to get it cracking, and unfortunately, you were getting it cracking while Real Madrid was cracking, so it was not going to happen.
Yeah, and I think I was saying too that
they did sneak one in. They did sneak a Champions League win in though.
Well, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, so they got it in before they could. That was the same core pretty much too.
Yeah,
the main guys.
I was saying I can't remember when, but I was saying I don't think top players necessarily want to go to Bayern anymore. It doesn't seem like it's illustrious to go to Bayern or Germany, honestly.
I'm going to be real with you. I think Bayern's approach now, that was an earthquake, y'all. I feel like Bayern's approach now has been kind of like, we just want to snag up the best German talent and do the best we can from there.
Yeah, but that's not really you won that you won that World Cup because they didn't call that penalty. They didn't call that penalty on Neuer. That's why you won the World Cup, dog. It wasn't that serious. I mean,
I still don't know what's worse for me: Germany win or Argentina.
That's a good question.
That's tough. These years, I'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, so Bayern is not really that. It doesn't seem like they're much of an elite team, but I do think they're going to win Bundesliga, whatever. Yeah. But another big game, and this is the game that everybody was going to be so happy to see Bleep and Bleep lose to Atletico Madrid. Every soccer person, all the hipsters,
they were ready.
They wanted to see Bleep leave so bad.
All the years Barcelona lost. It was like, oh, they don't really talk about it. It's okay. But as soon as Bleep loses, it's the talk. Even Real Madrid losing is big, but it's honestly bigger because Bleep's not there.
Oh, yeah.
But because it's somehow correlated to him, it's big talking points. Yeah. Even though it's kind of we kind of expected this.
Yeah, and I got plenty to say, but Caesar did watch the game and do the recap. And everybody who listens to this podcast, you love Caesar's recaps. Because I love my interjections, but I only watched the highlights of the game. I didn't see the whole game, so Caesar, it's all yours, bro.
All right, so
but I do have a stat at the end if you don't mention it.
Okay. So start off the match here. I wrote that Atleti literally has to grind it out to win, and Juve has to show us kind of a new team. Because
new in comparison to the last game?
Previous, like anybody watching this Juve expecting to see old, you're not going to see that. Like this Juve, the Juve of before. The Juve before was, clamp down, aggressive defense, and do very Italian style, like great passing connections to make it to the top and score. Now it's a lot more athleticism thing in this team, a lot more swag going on.
Okay.
And I really was happy with the starting lineup. The starting lineup did not feature Dybala.
Nice.
Spin Dr. Zola in the game. Spinazzola, I call him.
Who's that?
He's some guy named Spinazzola. I don't know his name.
What position did he play?
He was like midfield-ish. He started instead of Dybala. Dybala's running young on the young bench, fully healthy. He not even sweating, rosy cheeks on the bench. But the homie Spin Doctor was in the game. Bernardeschi on the right side, and Mandzukic in the middle. Ronaldo on the left.
Bleep,
and then your boy Pjanic and Pjanic, Matuidi.
Bleep on the left, you mean?
Sorry, bleep on the left. Sorry,
that's your rule.
You're supposed to call LVPD and you didn't.
We're messing with 12 like that,
all of a sudden. Okay, so then the back.
Matuidi started?
Yeah, Matuidi started.
Oh, yeah,
Pjanic and Emery Can, your boy, and of course the usual back line. The same four guys every week. Also, I thought was really interesting is that I was like, how successful can you honestly be as a team that runs a 4-4-2?
I think you'd be very successful.
You really think so?
Absolutely.
Because
absolutely. Because
go ahead.
Why? Because one, Real Madrid was I think the last year,
like a modded. They had a modded one.
No. When Real Madrid, I don't know if it was last season or the season before. But when Zidane was there, they were running a 4-4-2 a lot because Bale was hurt, and they would have Bleep and Benzema, and literally running in my opinion, it was basically a flat 4-4-2. But it was just that Bleep gets left a lot. I think we saw Monaco go to the semifinals. They made it to the semifinals.
Quarters.
They made it to the semifinals.
Oh, they did because they beat Man City in the quarters.
Yeah, so they were playing a super 4-4-2.
Oh yeah, it was 4-4-2.
That was a 4-4-2.
But I meant like as in like winning it all.
Well, I don't think that it matters if you're running a 4-4-2. This is what I feel what you're saying, but I think sometimes you kind of end up having to run a 4-4-2 based on the talent you have, but if you have the talent, like if you have really good players, like if you have 4 midfielders or like 2 or 3 guys that are like midfield players and 2 guys that can get wide, you got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
So like Atleti, so I don't know if you mean this about Atleti or
Atleti.
Okay. Atleti's made it to the final
twice,
and they ran a 4-4-2. No, I agree, but they made it. You know what I mean?
I feel like but in the final they play against a 4-3-3 team and they lose.
But didn't I could be mistaken. I can't remember. Did one of those finals go to penalties or no? No.
They only went to finals once.
No, they went twice.
They went Champions League?
Right?
They went once. It was the Diego Costa one, and they lost.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't go to penalties. It went to overtime.
Okay,
and Real scored 2 goals in overtime.
Okay. No, I think
it was like 3-1 final or something like that.
I think you can, but like, I don't think it's necessarily running.
They were up 1-0. Sergio Ramos scored that last second header, and then Marcelo scored in overtime, and someone else did too. I think it was something like that. I think
was it Bale or Di Maria or something?
I think it was Di Maria. One of those guys. They scored in overtime. Whatever.
Okay. No, I think you can be successful running a 4-4-2.
I just think it has to work. It has to be the perfect setup. I don't think Atleti has the right setup for it. I think they do, but I don't think they really do it.
Players.
No, they don't.
Wide players
Thomas Lamar.
True.
They have Thomas Lamar.
But I honestly feel like Thomas Lamar is more of a midfielder than a winger, though. I don't really feel like Lamar.
He's very central.
He's more of a midfielder.
Now, a little bit back to the game. You have something.
Yeah.
I have a very excited debut that's for you today.
Okay.
I have the Bleep R9.
Okay.
I have the Bleep R9 tracker.
Okay.
So I wanted to track, because I rewatched the game, how many times he actually played in this alleged new forward position he does.
Like he got central?
Allegedly central VR. Now, there's an exception to my tracker.
Okay.
This does not count counterattacks.
Yeah, of course.
This does not count a winger left to him going in the box for a header, that doesn't count. I'm talking straight formation wise. He's in there, and they went wide.
So you're saying Bleep got central, and there was 2 people on either side.
Yes, I counted.
This man is a football genius. I just want everybody to understand that.
That is
we are doing this here.
Because I'm not playing. I'm not playing around. Because this was the talking point from day one. Yeah, they're getting a 9. He's a CR9.
He's slow
blah,
now.
blah, blah. He's slow. I counted, sir. Now, out of God knows how many possessions, because I didn't count the number of possessions. 4.
4 times he's central and 2
90-minute match.
Yeah.
4 times he was there. And it's funny because when he was there, he would kind of start and then he'd just go back and they'd switch back.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not even doing this to do it.
He's
literally filling a hole.
Yeah.
He's filling it. He's literally moving.
Yeah.
Now, my argument about the 4-4-2 thing is, you know why, going back to this, I think a really good talking point we had is about what is really a football genius, what is really tactics, what's really coaching genius. To me, I haven't seen a coaching genius for real yet, because I haven't seen one coach in my life go, oh man, we're down right now and I have a 4-4-2. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to mix it up. Halftime, you go here, or middle of the game, you rotate over here and just like stay that way. And run it through. Not like for one possession winger swap and then go. I meant like I'm literally going to move everybody around and we're going to come out totally different because this is a new look second half.
The game,
Don't do that. Yeah. There's no plays. There's no let's like if there was like Ronaldo run to under it goes over and it's like, no, these guys are literally doing it on their own out there. There's no coach telling them like, hey, Ronaldo, go here and go.
I think sometimes they'll be like,
it's very. I think it's very sparingly.
Yeah, but it's not.
No,
it's very
winger
rare.
Swapping. I learned that when I was 9.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
No,
I'm talking like something where you can't teach that. When you're in basketball, 7 plays that you can run, or in football, God knows it's a whole book.
Yeah.
So soccer, you're not doing none of that. You're just like, hey, I'm having a hard time with football. Let me go over there and just murk that guy off, like that kind of thing, Or Mandzukic is really wide to get a ball. What does Ronaldo go? Oh, I'm not going to sit here. I'm obviously. Bleep is obviously. I'm going to go in the middle because he's going to get a wide. He's going to cross it to me.
Exactly.
That's literally basics.
That's absolutely.
So
basic.
I don't consider you a footballing genius if you're implementing that among 35-year-old males. Okay.
This man right here is a football genius for doing the R9 tracker and making it when he is central. Because honestly, Caesar, when you said that, I'm like, okay. The only way that you can do it, if it makes sense,
if they're just sitting there
when he's central and there's 2 people ahead of him. The fact that you said that, you're a football genius.
I want it to be an a-hole.
I'm calling myself.
I want it to be an a-hole, and I want it to be like, I wanted to do a clock and be like, okay, it better be like, he better go 2 possessions back and still be there.
Yeah.
Then he did it. No, I was like, that's too much because I don't even want to look at that.
Yeah.
I was like, 4 times. It wasn't a counterattack. Yeah. It wasn't impromptu. It wasn't impulsive, I guess. Yeah. It was like, hey, I'm gonna do this because here, and then the play's over and I'm kind of still here still.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, all right, I was like, this counts. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this counts.
And the thing is that happens all the time. That's just part of the game. So it's really not even a tracker necessarily because that just happens. Sometimes Cavani ends up wide and he just stays there.
And literally, I was like, maybe I'm wasting my time. But I was like, no, I wanted to do this because I'm
prove a point.
Because I'll never forget the entire talking point. Everyone would talk like they knew what they were talking about. It's annoying. And not only
it's just out of hate. It's just hate.
I'll talk about more him in the middle of the game. But, all right, so the game's 0-0. 3-minute mark, Collini scored on a corner kick. Yes. But there was chaos in the box. The referee waved it off, saying that Ronaldo, Bleep indeed fouled the keeper. But when I watched the replay, he didn't foul that keeper, sir. He didn't foul that keeper. He actually got the ball first. He got to the ball before the keeper, and the keeper went through his leg and got the ball. Sir, that's not a penalty. And then actually they agreed to.
A foul.
That was actually a goal. That was a goal, and then they didn't actually go to VR for that, which was funny to me. I'm like, how you not go for VR? That's a goal possession. They didn't review it.
So they just took it away.
Yeah, the ref just went over there and made a free kick. I'm like, dude, that's not a foul.
But the ball went in the back of the net?
Yeah, it went in the goal. Collini scored it.
VAR's trash.
3 minutes in. Literally, I was like, then I was like, bro, I'll do my tracker. The entire game, Ronaldo has been
bleep
has been deep left. I mean, he's literally standing next to the left, like people on the left. He's like next to fullback, like he's this close on the left, like just standing there. Like I'm like he's there, or he's like he'll back up and let the left back go forward, and he'll be like yelling for the ball, like like give it to him, like way back there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun. I was like dying. I'm like, oh, these idiots talking about him being a 9
center forward.
Get out of here. The problem when watching athletic games is that they get into these really boring lulls. Like they're a very lull team. Like they kind of like go here, and even though the difference in Real is that Real can do that, but they might switch the play in a second, and all of a sudden they're like breaking up the left. Yeah. Real's the best switch team. They just switch all day. Yeah. But Atleti doesn't do that. They like still go in like this. I'm like, God, like kick it over this guy. Why do you keep doing this?
Atleti does not, in my opinion, they
don't create offensively.
They're not a bad team, but they don't really play to win very much.
They don't play to win, and you know what it is. Even with Griezmann, even with players like Lamar, and I mean, they used to have our boy Gelson Martins, which is funny because Gelson Martins actually doing all that stuff at Monaco now. Yeah. But it's like almost maybe he got punished for trying to create because. Over there at Monaco, I watched half of the Monaco game, and I saw him like actually taking one-on-ones and doing stuff. Yeah. I don't even see that. Like I don't see a one-on-one. I see like, oh, here's somebody coming. Pass it, move on. Like I'm like you're not really making things happen, because a great way of playing soccer is to make the team make a mistake. You know, someone gets broke off. That's a mistake, and everybody's like, oh wait, he got free right there. Yeah. So everybody's trying to think about what to do to adjust, and that's how you score on people a lot. So. None of that on the team, and it's pretty ugly. I'm like, they love Griezmann, but Griezmann doesn't do that either. Like, he's just kind of like, I'll say this, Griezmann's really good at being in the right place. Yeah. He places himself very well, especially for his size. He plays himself very well. He connects stuff, but he doesn't, like, make things, like, pop off. Like, you don't give him the ball and be like, Griezmann got it, we got this. This is about to go down.
He doesn't create 1v1 versus defender.
No, but he's just dangerous if you let him, like, do his...
If he can roam, he's good. Because he's got a good shot, and
He has a strong foot. He was whipping them.
No, he's good, but it's not like he'd be better on a better team.
23 minutes in, Greasy shot a super a wild 3-point shot, and it almost got a
2-goaler.
Almost a 2-goaler off the left foot on the right side. And literally, like, is it Chechny or Chesney? Chesney. Ugh. He literally just like put his hands in front of there to stop it from he didn't like save it. He was just like, I'm gonna put body parts there, and it saved it. Okay. But I was like, you caught sleeping right there. 26-minute mark. This goal from mind you, Juve needs to win this game. Like they're down, they need to score 3 goals. Man, that's a big gap. Huge gap. And the one goal you really messed up. Like if Atleti even scores one, you're done tough.
Basically.
Bleep jumped all over. Like, okay, so Berna did one of our favorite kind of crosses. Remember when Breck Shea would do them like quick crosses from way back? Yeah. Not the diagonal ones from behind you. Yeah. Those are dangerous because the defender is completely turned around, and you have to turn all the way around to see a ball coming in, when normally you just look to your side and see the cross coming over. Yeah. So those are sneaky, and I think teams could use those a little more. That'll catch you slipping. Yeah, absolutely. Because he's like Berndes like a sneaky lefty. He got that lefty craft, you know, and he just kind of like nicely put it in there. It was like in a perfect spot. But what made it is amazing that Bleep was just like, I literally wrote here, he is so I'm cussing. He is so American. He's so American. He really is. Yeah. He's like that goal. He jumped and then powered over him. Yeah. I was like, and like the best part is that after he kind of looked like LeBron, like he like landed with his shoulders up and walked off. I'm like, damn, like you're on the ground, the goalie's on the ground, and he just jumped on his feet and landed on his feet and walked off. I'm like, he's such an American athlete for that. Like he's so powerful.
Say he's black.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
Well, I was
gonna cuss. He's such a black athlete for that. God damn, he's like Russell Westbrook out there. He's so athletic and strong. I'm like, damn, like when you're watching him, I'm like, there's really nobody on this soccer world that's even close to this style. Like he's just doing his own thing out there, for sure. And I wrote that I'm really shocked that people say, I can't believe people like Phil Sheen, like important people. important people that get paid to talk on TV saying that he's slow and he has no one-on-one skills. Remember the no skills move? Literally,
I can't even really. I don't even want to. It was so ridiculous because like I remember back then they're like, he's losing a step and like he's gonna have to. I'm like, you're anticipating the fall of this player,
so you can be right.
And I'm like,
you want to be the first one to say it. That's what you're doing.
I'm like, but I'm watching the games. I would assume you're watching the games too. That's not the case, and I'm gonna be the first one to be honest about any player. I'm not invested in bleep. I could care less. If he sucks now, he sucks. But I'm watching the game. He's amazing, and I'm gonna talk more about. I'm gonna ride his tip a little bit more.
We all got it right now. Can its court case be over? Can we find out what's going on here, please?
I'm gonna get KD to call.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I mean, you can't be calling 12.
You already did it one time. That was weird.
I did call one time. It was after hours.
Yeah, you did call on a late night, and you were like, "Hey."
Nobody answered.
You were like, "Is he there right now?"
Stupid.
Right now, is he there? It's 9 p.m. Is there somebody on duty?
Yeah, like you think so? It's Vegas.
Actually, that's big facts right there. Yeah, I can't believe that people say that, and you would arguably say that Atletico's always been consistently one of the best defensive teams, right?
Absolutely, I thought he's ridiculous.
I mean, he's in this game breaking off guys that you consider some of the best.
I need you to get to the end of this so I can go off.
He's literally doing... No, you gotta wait, because you didn't do no caps. So, like, he's literally this guy, and you're like, you're still not giving credit. It's corny to me. I'm like, you're just being a hater.
I got a stat too later, too.
After this, about 29-minute mark, what's really annoying is that, does Atleti really want the ball? Like... When I see the ball in transition, they don't want it.
No, they'd rather play without the ball. For
yeah,
sure.
So when I'm watching them,
that's
like,
a tactic.
There's balls that are like, going open and like up for grabs, and Atleti's never chasing hard. They're like waiting for Juve to chase it, and then they wait to react off Juve.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I was seeing that a lot. I'm like, look, yes, you're winning, but they just scored a goal, and like the arena is rocking.
Of course.
They're going hard. The chants are like, I wish I knew Italian, because normally I can't understand the chants ever on TV. And they were super clear. I'm like, everybody's literally the same dialect here. This is a consistent theater.
Norteño, Italy.
This Norteño, you're only from there. There's
right
no
by
like
Switzerland.
Yeah, there's not like, there's some people from all around the world in this game.
Milanista.
No, this game in Turin, Italy, there's only people from there going at this match right now.
Piedmont region
they like, when you walked in, they looked at your driver and like, ooh, from the south, yeah, you gotta go, dog.
We do got downloads in that city, by the way. Ever flex.
Okay, I mean, you are flexing.
Piedmont region.
Bro, again, Bernardeschi, so nice. So nice. He did this silky little move, created a nice free kick opportunity for Juve. Didn't go in, but he just he made the play happen. It was great. 32-minute mark, the camera pans to Juan Fran, and he looks like a zombie. That's what I wrote. Juan Fran is a zombie. Like, the camera zoomed, I was like, well, I have 4K here.
Oh, Juan Fran is the one who got dunked on that goal.
He got soup dunked on.
Oh, I seen the highlights. Like,
they zoomed in. His eyes was like to the middle of his head. I'm like, sir, you're a zombie. Like, you're sunken in. You're dying now. I wrote Juve's. What's really interesting is that as good as I thought these defenses, Juve's defense is better. Like, they're literally like Atleti couldn't get it going. Like, they couldn't even do anything. So
Morata wasn't doing much.
No, literally nothing. There was literally no real threats. And what's crazy is that everybody likes to give Simeone so much credit for being this coach, but I'm like, it's what's whack to me because I'm like, look, you're seeing what's happening. Your team thrives off of reacting to what the other team's doing. Yeah. As soon as you get the ball, you can't do nothing either. So what does that mean? You gotta make some changes. Yeah. No changes made. I was like, that's when I wrote here. I was like, I wonder if what Bam feels about 4-4-2s. Like, is it the 4-4-2 or is it the coaching? Like, what's the real issue going on here?
It's a mentality, and they talk about this. Like, the mentality, Atleti, whatever. I'm like, yeah, but I'd rather have a mentality. Obviously, Atleti has won some things. They won Europa League twice under Simeone, if I'm not mistaken. They won the league once, which is a big accomplishment, and you're not expecting them to do that, obviously. But
it was cute though.
Yeah, it was cool. But the fact that you had to go, you went into Europa League. You went into Europa League last year.
Let's keep it a stack.
You went into Europa League.
Can we keep it a stack though? Can we keep it a stack though?
Yeah.
That year they won the league. I mean, Diego Costa had like 30 million goals. So who's doing it this year? Like, not really.
Yeah, nobody.
No one's doing 30 million again.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It was 458 goals he scored in 2 matches.
But like, even with that, like, that's great. Like, it's a great accomplishment. But last year, you went into Europa League. Like, that's a failure. Like, granted, you won it, but also Dimitri Payet, if I'm not mistaken, got injured in the final.
Everybody talks about how important it is to have a great defense, and it's true.
Yeah.
But the reason they made it all the way that year is they had a striker who's putting in goals in the net.
Yeah.
That's not really happening this year,
Yeah,
so
no.
what do you expect at this point? What are you expecting?
Yeah.
You're going to be at the top of the table because you're going to grind out some of the VAOs or whatever they're called and these random Huescas and all these random teams. But when it gets down to the nitty gritty, what's really going on here?
You would expect Atleti to beat Bleep FC of Turin. Like, when you're up 2-0.
Sporting Bleep United FC of North Italy.
Yeah, like, you would expect them to go through.
You sound like you're like the Pro Evolution soccer game. You can't say the names.
But like, you're expecting Atleti to go through.
No,
like, you're expecting Atleti to go through.
For sure.
What's the deal? But I'm gonna keep it real. Like, it's a hipster thing to be like, oh, Atleti.
It's
like,
corny. It's cute.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you won Europa, but you went into
Like,
Europa.
when I hear
League,
that,
dog.
when I hear that, I'm like, oh, you just like think you watching games. You just look at the La Liga standings on Google. And you're like, oh, they're doing good. Their defense is still solid.
No, and it is solid, but like,
yeah, but it's solid. But solid doesn't mean world class. Doesn't mean elite. Doesn't mean it's like the best. You know,
it's
like
a big failure. Like, I'm gonna keep it so real.
Showing love to a team being good defensively is different than saying that the coach has been tactically great and all this stuff. All these accomplishments people like to give out coaches without really checking for it.
This is my opinion. This chair is wild, by the way. I think that it's
Stop messing around.
I think it's a bigger failure that Atleti didn't go through against Juve after being 2-0 than Real Madrid losing to Ajax.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that's a bigger failure.
Even though Ajax is like considered a worse team.
Yeah. Honestly. But why? But why do I think that? Because I'm one of the people that understand that Real Madrid lost the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Like, and they did not have
anybody.
No replacement for him.
They still got Griezmann, their hero.
Yeah, and Real Madrid is playing with like a man down when you start Bale. You're playing a man down, dog.
That's a crutch.
Yeah.
He's a crutch.
I'm not even joking. Like, you're playing a man down.
In that game, they had to put him in. They probably would have done better if they had to put him in.
They should have put Carvajal on the wing. Like, honestly, and that's probably an unpopular opinion. I would be more shocked. I'm not as shocked Real Madrid losing to Ajax. I'm like, yeah. Ajax get it cracking, and Real Madrid is not that good. They lost the best player in the world. Basically, I'm not even trying to say, oh, he's better than Messi. I'm not saying that. But, like, let's just say they're tied. Like, you lost the best player in the world, and, like, he's the reason. He's the reason y'all won 3 Champions Leagues in a row. It's off his back.
Yeah.
It ain't off nobody else's back.
At all.
And it's obvious how bad they're doing this year. So, Real Madrid losing to Ajax, yeah, I can understand that. But Atleti not going through on Juventus after being up 2-0,
it's supreme cap.
It's
high levels of capdom going on.
I'm like, dog, like, you're not expecting Atleti to give up 3 goals.
No. I actually agree with your point, especially when that game, like, I think they were only up by 1 goal differential. It was 2-1, right? The Ajax game.
Yeah, it was 2-1. They beat Real Madrid beat Ajax 2-1 at home. I can see Real Madrid losing to Ajax. I seen them lose to them some whack teams this year. Like, yeah, of course.
Leganes, right? They lost to Leganes.
They've lost to some garbage teams this year.
They've lost to some games this year.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, of course. When you watch Real Madrid, you know what's going on. If you want to keep it real about how good Bleep is and that it was on his back. But anyway, go ahead.
47-minute mark. 42nd minute mark. Bleep has literally been getting every single header in the world. Are they just letting it, or he just can't be stopped? I hope you say that he can't be stopped, because then you got to concede the fact you've been wrong all this time. Because he's literally unstoppable. And I'm like, you can't stop him in his game. I was literally watching, like, they're about to score again. Like, about to score again. Like, it didn't even feel like Juve was like. Bleep FC United Central was even like necessarily like giving their entire heart and soul trying to win. And like they weren't like trying to take the win from Atleti. They were just trying to gain what they've already been like going through the motions and accomplishing it. Like their strategy wasn't crazy. They were just like, we're just going to get to the ball first and we're good defensively. But just know after we get this ball at the front, it's going to get it cracking because even if you're loading up on the left, Bernardeschi's killing it over there. Yeah. So they were having, it's like Atleti was almost like scrambling, like trying to figure out how to stop stuff. 47-minute mark, Bernardeschi, 47-minute, Bernardeschi just ate it face first on the ground, taking his card away. That's what I wrote. Because he got that sleep tat. I took the card away, though. He fell, like, all goofy. Like, he's, like, sliding on the ground. I'm like, you can't do that. Yeah. 47-minute mark. Bleep stole a cross ball with his chest. Ooh. So the ball was being crossed, and rather than, like, put it down, he, like, literally put his shoulder in front of it, stopped the ball, and kept going on the counterattack. Ooh. I'm like, that's disrespectful. Disrespectful. It was like almost like you just, like, palmed an interception. I was like, jeez.
Or like got a block and you just caught it.
It was like you caught it and then you threw it on a fast break. Like, you can't do that. That's really mean. Hey, man. Because you got to swat it out. If you grab the ball and then land, I'm like, hey, man, I shot that.
How tall are you, dude?
If someone did it to your teardrop, you'd be like, hey, man,
what? Never happened, so.
I mean, I've definitely blocked it before. And then, of course, in this 47-minute mark, I'm mad at myself because I had to write 47 3 times in a row because this 1 minute was just ridiculous. Bleep with another header. I couldn't tell if it was Cancella or Spin Dr. Zola. Once again, he dunked it again. Atleti looks just super distraught. And I'm watching a reaction. I'm like, are they really mad? Like, they look like they're just like, oh, not like losing it. Like, dude, you got to win this game. Yeah. Do you care? Probably not. They probably try to go home.
But see, like, Atleti don't really have pressure.
They don't.
That's why.
The life is great for them. They're just like, I mean, we do good, it's okay. If we don't do good, it's okay too. We can go to Europa 1 year and then jump back to Champions League and people don't really notice. Because when we go to Champions League, people go, this is the team we've always seen. Yeah. And when they're Europa, no one bats an eye.
No. And honestly, like, I think that's weak.
Like, you're in Europa with these teams that I've heard of my life.
You're talking about...
You're playing with Grasshopper FC on weekends and you go up and fly down to random places that are barely Europe.
And you're talking to me about Griezmann being some kind of like superstar, and I'm like, but then why does he want to play on a mediocre team?
Also, I want to apologize for this recap being so long. I'm just having a great time. 56-minute mark. I love saying his full name, Jose Maria Jimenez. It's an exciting name to say. Literally kicked the soul out of Ronaldo, and he's super mad he got called for the foul. I don't understand. I'm like, you couldn't have kicked him harder. Like, I'm down if he dove, but you you kicked him.
Jimenez been kicking Ronaldo since he was like 19.
He's like, this is what I grew up when I was in youth academy. Godin was teaching me this to kick Ronaldo.
He's like, I've been starting for Atleti since I was like
bleep.
19.
I mean bleep. Kick bleep.
Yeah, he's like, I'm used to kicking this man.
I just want to say super low key shout out to Just Blaze. Just Blaze was playing so good this game. Not over.
Blaze my Tweety for you.
Yes, just Blaze my Tweety. Not overextending on plays. I thought that what's great about him is he doesn't keep the ball for too long, and he's willing to pass somebody with the ball and then make the pass. So I think he's really effective in breaking a defense down because you've already eliminated one more player when you've done it then passed it. And I wrote the shout out Blaze, the real MVP of the World Cup, said it here first.
Yeah, you never
all this love for Conte. We all know who was really out there putting in work on both sides of the field.
Big fitted axe.
They don't know. Okay, that's when we score on FIFA. Atleti can't get anything going. LMAO, Dybala hasn't been in the game the whole time. Oops. I guess it was the spin doctor was still in the game. It's a 67-minute mark and Dybala's barely coming in. I didn't even know you need him.
What are you coming for? Spin doctor?
Yeah, he came in for Spin Doc. Spin Doc came out the game, got a standing ovation. I'm like, they don't want Dybala anymore. He's lit.
Never forget, I remember, I think it was Drake Cordero said that Dybala was the most talented player in Serie A. I was like, what's going on here?
Excuse me?
It was insane. Not this season.
Okay, can I keep it a stack right now?
Like, this is insane.
You know who's better than Dybala?
A lot of people, but go ahead.
Bernardeschi's way better than Dybala.
Way better.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like, he's way better.
Cuadrado, way better. Yeah. Douglas Costa, way better.
Don't even say Douglas Costa. That's ridiculous. Douglas Costa is too much. Like that's like leagues. Like Dybala watches Douglas Costa in practice, goes like, Jesus. He's like, dang, you know, he's like, I wish I could run with the ball. I wish I could run that fast with the ball.
Yeah,
that's enough for me to feel elite. I wish I could run
that fast. He got the ball.
What's annoying about Dybala is that he's not even like elite enough to like when he has the ball, you don't go, geez. You just go, oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's like,
he can do some stuff.
Yeah,
that's not. They make it sound like he's like Messi out there.
He's as good as a healthy Pastore.
He got more red cards than caps for his own national team. Than goals than caps.
Crying ass.
And when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, no.
I was like, you weren't ready. Game into some lulls again. I might start texting pretty soon. I was like, Atleti's low key conservative. Then I wrote, I was like, Bernardeschi's playing so good, it's not fair. I bet Douglas Costa hates Bernardeschi so much.
Was he on the bench?
I
think he's hurt still.
I think him and Cuadrado was chilling in leather jackets, hanging out.
All right.
Whoa! I wrote, whoa! I think Correa just tripped Bernardeschi in the box. That's definitely a penalty. You're an idiot. And it was annoying because like Correa wasn't mad he did him. Like, you better be screaming.
I know.
That makes me really upset. You might have just cost the season in the league.
I think he just realized he actually did do it.
Yeah, he was like everybody was like, even Jose, everyone was like fighting the ref on. He was just in the back like this, like,
yeah. He was like,
I was like, you did it. That's why.
Yeah, he knows there's VAR.
Because he like, it was weird. Like Berna went way past him, Caesar, and then he went on his back. I'm like, what are you doing,
Caesar? That was such a beautiful move by Bernardeschi.
He's so good, and it's on the left to the right.
Bernardeschi went forward, then cut back, but he cut back literally parallel to the line.
Goal. It's nasty. I was like, that's really nasty.
Like the fact that somebody goes like. You're
running towards the sideline. You're not even running at
back. Like, you never cut back at a parallel. You cut back at an angle.
You cut at like 45 or 90.
Yeah, he cut back literally parallel. I was beautiful. Like, that was beautiful.
You know what's crazy to me? That means he's so confident with the ball.
Exactly.
Because he knows that I'm not even looking at the goal to make something just in case of emergency. Like, I know I got this. Like, I know he's comfortable and he knows placement. He knows where he is on the field. And he's probably like, I'm about like almost at the goal. I'm chilling right next to that little half circle. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It's beautiful because he's looking for a pass. When you're parallel like that, you're looking
he was
for
like,
a pass.
Yeah.
He's like, somebody's
but you're not going to do nothing about it.
Yeah. And I'm like,
he's like, you're not getting this ball from me.
Like, Caesar, I was like, dog, he just went parallel. That's gangster right there.
Parallel on his foot to the side of the goal. Yeah. Not even opposite to shoot it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, this is nasty.
Yeah.
That is a winger you could put on both sides.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Some of these wingers, I'm like, you don't belong here.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, him and Lamar can do that. Other wingers are lefty. I'm like, you're literally stuck on one side. Like, James, just stay over there on that right and do stuff there or whatever. So, it was a penalty. Dybala's first inclusion in the game, he's in a scream fight with Jose Maria Jimenez. I'm like, okay. I don't even know what you're doing here. I didn't know you were part of this. And I wrote, on God, Jose would sleep him.
Big factor.
Jose Maria would sleep you. Let you back up. Even like Pjanic came in, I'm like, that's not even really help. Both y'all would get laid out right now.
Pjanic got a better shot than Dybala though.
Yeah, just because he got like probably like some lower body power or something like that. Penaldo time, goal. I wrote, I believe the goal was at 87-minute mark. I wrote, like goal, see ya. And then I wrote, this is the best player I've ever watched in my life. Like, I hate writing that stuff.
Forget Brazilian Ronaldo.
No,
Caesar,
screw him.
Brazilian Caesar said
second time I'll do whatever. You can't take my citizenship away. Maybe now with the president. But, like, I hate giving a reaction and talking about a reaction really post-match because it's an emotional moment.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm not even a Juve fan. Like, I don't care about Juve being a success. I really don't.
You are
if they got eliminated, I've been like, oh well, see ya. Like, and if they do good,
that.
Yeah. But if they don't, and if they do good, I'm like, all right, what do you expect? You got the best in the world on your team. Bleep. So what he did in that match. I'm just like, look, you everybody was whining about how much he cost. I'm like, you're stupid. You paid $100 million for that.
Yeah.
You pay $100 million for Bale. What have you gotten?
You gotta do like Caesar.
You got 35-year-old doing that in the final. Where was the Welsh dude? Where was the Welsh dude that whole match when he was all hyped? He gave me 10 minutes of effort. I counted it. 10 minutes of effort when he got excited for 10 minutes in his life because Lucas got hurt. Then he was like, I'm back to just fake ghost runs.
Yeah. Caesar, like when I watched the highlights, I'm like, wow, dog, like you're really telling me like this dude just scored 3 goals against Atletico Madrid and took his team to the quarterfinals.
He scored a hat trick
the 3 goals
to win it. Not a hat trick 5-1. No, not a hat trick 7-0. Straight up 3-0. They put that ball in the back and they all said when he scored the penalty, Pjanic went away from them, went up to the camera and was like, I was like that right there, that moment, that's hype. His hype. And got hyphy right there.
And to go back to Real Madrid, like,
jeez, we'll recap.
When you're talking about like Real Madrid doing bad, like you don't gotta talk about. And we're gonna talk about Zidane getting hired. But you don't gotta talk
actually
about.
Go home now.
you are, but you don't have to talk about a whole lot. Like you can literally talk about. They're missing bleep.
Yeah.
That's all you really need to say. Like, when in the beginning of the season, I was doing recaps for Real Madrid, I'm like, yo, they need a forward that wants to go at defenders. They need a forward that wants to score a goal. They need a forward that says, I'm going to put it on my back.
Yep.
They don't have that. There's not that many players like that in the world.
There's not even a handful of players
There's not 5 players like that. There's not 5 players like that.
Okay. Is it 3? Maybe 3 guys?
Like, I can say Ronaldo. I can say Messi. Messi comes through.
I'm going to keep it real. I can't even say that about Neymar.
Absolutely not.
Where's he been at to show
Caesar,
me?
You can't even mention Neymar right now.
I've been waiting for him to do it.
We've
World Cup, I waited.
Caesar.
Champions Leagues, I've been waiting. Caesar. The only time he did show was in that Barcelona versus PSG final.
But
that was I saw that. I was like, this might be a turning point. Yeah, this might be and it's not. No. Now he's at the crib playing. He's playing Counter-Strike at home.
Exactly. No, there's not that many players like that. But like. To see the performance like that at his age, Bleep's age, it's just extremely impressive. And I'll be waiting to see what they talk about on the locker room and stuff like that.
They paid basically the same amount for him as they paid for Bale 5 years ago when they got him. This man is 5 years later doing that in a damn quarter. Is it quarters or 16?
That was round of 16.
Round of 16 against a tough Atleti team.
Very good team.
Down, basically 3-0 down because you had to score 3 to win. What more? That's what you want. Even if he scored 1, I would have said you paid him to do his job. What does he do? He come to score. He gave you 3 of them and then brought you over. Won. So everybody was giving him a BS for doing the 5 over there. He showed you more. He's like 5, and then they scored 3. So what y'all really talking right now?
And then also,
they was being funny. They were being funny.
That's
like
disrespectful. What? It's the truth.
You know what's disrespectful? You having a whole team of players. He come over there and score 3 and send all y'all home. Exactly. That's disrespectful.
Caesar, let me tell you this stat.
Oh, I'm excited. Now I get to shut up. Go ahead.
Good show. This is the most Champions League goals after turning 30. Okay? I'm going to start from the bottom. Pause.
Uh-oh. Whoa.
Filippo
like Drake?
Inzaghi, 19 goals.
Okay? Who's that?
Stop. Didier Drogba, after turning 30, 23 goals.
My hero.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic is second on this list. Champions League goals after turning 30, 24 goals.
Not bad.
Ronaldo is number 1 after turning 30, 51 goals. 51.
All right.
Double.
This was We Made It podcast episode 98. By the way, it's bleep. Y'all stay up. It was good times. I'm out.
I was like, wow.
My lift is coming.
I was like, wow. Literally 51. Like, that's crazy. That's insane, dude.
You know what's annoying? Just even talking about it is stupid to me. It's so stupid because it's like, y'all know this. Why do we have to play this game of, go on TV, bash them, take it back or whatever. Like, it's so corny.
Yeah.
It's so corny. Look, you already know what it is right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just very impressed. I was like,
50.
Damn, 51. Caesar, before this game, it was 48, and Zlatan had 24.
Wait,
still double.
Messi's not on that list? Oh, he's not 30 yet. Is he 30?
I think he just turned 30. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. I don't know, 31. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, but I was just like, dog, like,
Yeah.
Before that game, he had 48, which is still double second place, which is Zlatan with 24. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, amazing game there. Very impressive by Juve. We'll see the draw coming up soon. We'll see who they play. They're probably giving Barcelona.
Good.
Okay, Caesar. Big news.
That'd be really fun to watch, actually.
It's gonna be. It's hard to like transition from that recap.
Yeah, I win.
Big news in Real Madrid. Your favorite team ever.
Ever.
After the Lakers. Okay. Your boy Zinedine Zidane is back. Your boy Solari has been fired.
Good riddance. Free Isco.
Zidane has been given a contract till June 2022. We'll see if he stays that long. What's his name? Solari's time as the actual manager, not as the interim manager, as the actual manager, his record was 18 wins, 2 losses. I'm sorry, 18 wins, 2 draws, 8 losses.
Sheesh.
Right now, Real Madrid is in 3rd place. They're 12 points behind Barcelona and
world's falling apart.
And 5 points behind Atletico Madrid, and they're out of everything. They're not in.
It is very open. It's very fun. It's very scrimmage time now.
Yeah, they're out of Copa. They're out of Copa del Rey. They're out of. They're not going to win the league, and they're out of Champions League.
And out of
And I just want to say, in the meantime, before I ask you what you think about Zidane coming back. In the meantime, all Solari did was like upset Isco and Marcelo. Like, that's all you did. Like, that was your accomplishment. Like, your accomplishment was to like bench Isco and Marcelo. Like, that was your thing.
You literally lost all the tournaments in the league, and you made 2 guys mad.
Yeah, like, that was your accomplishment, was to bench these 2 guys.
Hey, man, you look like you did the exact thing you did at Castilla. Great job. But you did jack nothing, and somehow you got promoted. I wish we made it could fall into success, too. That sounds great. It'd be great. Because I think we might be doing this wrong. Maybe we should just be really bad, and we'll just make it.
Make good memes.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, just drop memes and then do terrible stuff. I'm down.
Anyway, what do you think about Zidane?
I actually watched the press conference translated to English. I watched it, and I was looking at Zidane's wild pants. Hey, man.
I got questions.
Yeah, but it's Europe, so yes, you can live it up.
You didn't go fishing, dog. You wasn't wading in the water. Good.
That's kind of the swag, though. You know, you gotta dry your pants for 80 minutes and just like let them do that now.
Definitely is not the swag.
I mean, it is, because if the swag was already cut massive holes in it, I guess you can just do whatever you want at this point.
Maybe that's what we made it need to do. Some crazy pants.
We got to do that and just have mustaches that curl up in circles.
There you go.
That's what we're doing wrong. We got to get them old future bucket hats too, fresh. Them 10-gallon joints.
I wish he never wore those so I could start wearing them.
I know.
I'm gonna just bring them back. It's been a while since he wore.
Yeah, it's kind of dead now. We can do this, right?
They'll be hitting.
Let's wait one more year.
Okay, all right.
2020 is a good number to start off. So I thought it was really interesting, some of the comments from the press conference. He kept talking about he owes it a lot to the club because of the way he left. He thought it was the best at the moment, and I thought it was also really interesting that like he kind of like hinted at like being able to have more like a say in things and being able to do things more. And I think sometimes leaving a situation, I guess a relationship, and then coming back to it is better if you're able to set terms that you previously enjoyed. So maybe Florentino's original stance was probably like, I'm giving you this opportunity, like, just don't go too far with it.
Yeah.
Granted, I dropped 3 in your lap, but sure, yeah, I guess I won't go too far. But now that you realize what you're missing since he's been gone, you paid off 2 coaches. Not 1, 2. You got 2 coaches you paid off, and then you bought a 3rd one. So you're like, okay, maybe he can just run the ship. Because I think that Bale's post-match comments were very interesting last year.
Yeah,
they were very. So there's definitely stuff going on in the back, and we're honestly gonna see what's gonna happen. There's a lot of this like media push that all these players all of a sudden is gonna come and is happening. I gotta wait and see. I really gotta wait and see because we don't know how financials really work with these teams in these leagues. Yeah. It's all very sketchy because in other sports, in North American sports, they kind of really allocate where budgets go towards.
Yeah, for sure.
Budgets are very public and you get to understand. Here, soccer, it's kind of willy-nilly. Yeah, you can spend some money on a building and you can buy this guy. I don't get it, why that's the same pocket, but okay. I guess this is how it works, right? Yeah. I'm learning here. I think it's a great announcement. Solari couldn't have been the worst thing I've ever seen from a top level coaching. It was almost like to the point where I thought it was really embarrassing. Like I'm like, this is a shame that you hired this guy and you're one of the premier clubs in the planet ever, and this is your guy leading the ship. It was just really ugly to watch.
lightning only strikes once, dude. You're not going to get the Castilla coach and he's going to win Champions League again. It's not going to happen, though. Zidane did it. It's not going to happen twice.
No.
And honestly, the thing about
it was the whole player Castilla thing, right? Like former player, then a Castilla coach, then an assistant manager. That doesn't happen all the time.
Twice,
that's why you got to get it while you can.
Exactly. I think the most embarrassing. I mean, however this is going to sound, but I think the most embarrassing thing is like this coach is putting a Spanish player on the bench who's really good. Like, not like put Sergio Ramos on the bench. He's been messing up for 3 years.
At least Sergio Ramos has been arguably very inconsistent.
Yes, for like 3 years or 2 years, I'll say. Isco is like one of the most talented midfielders in the world. He's Spanish. He plays for the Premier Spanish, not a Catalan team. He's not from Catalonia. He's Spanish.
He's OG.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say that necessarily.
No, he's bred in these streets.
But like he's not like it's not even like.
You're not gonna say
no, I'm not saying one's better than the other. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying it's a difference. Like,
no, yeah, Brett, he's from these streets. He's not from across the line.
Forget what Caesar's saying.
No, whatever. There's no Spanish listeners.
Okay, we definitely got downloads in Spain. No, it reflects, and we got downloads in Barcelona too.
Oh damn, I'm not going there anymore.
But like I'm not saying like one's better, but I'm saying like this is a Spanish player. He's young. He's one of the best players in the world. He's won Champions League.
He scores for the national team.
He scores for.
Plays the 9 for them.
Caesar, I remembered that, thinking about that. I was like, I remember, like, you're telling me you can't get Isco in there? I seen him play a false 9 and they put like 3 past Italy, dog. And I seen him make Verratti look like a USA player. Like, I seen him make Verratti look like a USA player.
He looked like Tyler Adams.
So, I think that's the most shameful thing. If you're a Spanish club, Spain is an elite national team.
Yeah.
However they've done in the past few years, whatever. But like
they're one of the feared. They're one of the most popular and feared teams.
Yeah, they destroyed qualifiers for the World Cup.
They look good up until
you
the
want
World Cup,
the best Spanish players in Spain, and honestly, if you want the best Spanish players that are not Catalan to play for Real Madrid. If it's a Catalan player, then yeah, I understand you want to play for Barcelona. But if it's not a Catalan player and he's a Spanish player, play for Real Madrid.
Yeah, like Balde. You don't want to see Balde in a Real Madrid jersey. You want to see Balde in the Barcelona jersey. I mean that.
1,000%.
I'm not playing. Like, yeah, it's cute. It's funny while we're saying it, but it's what I mean.
Yeah, Sergio Ramos is not.
I don't want to see Jordi Alba in a Madrid jersey.
And okay, it's half joking, but it's like no, like.
But you know what you mean.
Yeah, but I understand. Like if you're a Catalan player, you want to play for Barcelona.
Because
if you're an elite player,
within La Liga, that is like a little like.
That's a divide.
It's a little divide.
It's a big divide.
You want to see Basque players playing for Basque teams. You want it's
that's what
they have their thing going on.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I respect that.
Yeah. And I understand it.
I want that for them too. Yeah. So like, get
I don't want to see Isco playing for City.
No, I don't.
I want to see him playing at Real Madrid.
I don't want to see Isco Liverpool rumors.
No, like and Solari. Honestly, it's a shame. I don't know if Perez or like those Spanish teams care about that. I don't know, but I think they should. If you start losing, I hope so. You don't want to see your best Spanish talent going to EPL and then La Liga
always
sucks.
Want to keep your talent
because La Liga is gonna go. La Liga has gone down since Ronaldo left. If Messi leaves, it's gonna go down some more. There ain't that many big stars there in La Liga, to be honest with you. If you start seeing those big Spanish players be like, whatever, I'm gonna go to EPL. Oh, whatever, I'm gonna go play in PSG. Oh, whatever, I'm gonna go to whatever. That's gonna make your league really whack, and you're already kind of a poor country. So yeah, that was.
Like, there you talk about a king's country like this.
But anyway, as far as Zidane, like I think that's good, and hopefully they give him what he wants.
Yeah,
you know
I hope that not that I want someone to oversee everything, but I hope it's more of an exchange of information and insight. Also, did you see his young assistant coach there?
Who's that?
Got an assistant coach out here.
I know he had Claude Makelele before.
Yeah, no.
Is it still him?
No, it's a different guy. It's a different French guy.
Oh.
Over here.
Okay.
I was like, all right. Coming up. It was cool.
So, it was cool. Got his boy from Marseille.
It was cool. Hey, bro. It was cool. All three of them were bald. It's kind of funny.
But yeah, no.
He has his number one homie. He has another guy over there, French. And I was like, okay, hey, come up.
You know Marseille is them streets.
Let's see how far you can make it.
I watched this Netflix show called Marseille, by the way. I don't know if it's still on there, but it was kind of good. But I guess in France they didn't like it. But anyway,
it's whack.
No, it was actually kind of good. Caesar, you got to watch Secret City.
They probably don't like it because it's like, it depicts. It's not really like that over here.
Yeah, probably. I don't care. I'm not invested in that.
I'm not gonna find out, so I'm down to watch
exactly. this. Caesar, you got to watch Secret City, by the way.
Okay, well, don't be catch me on the air like that.
I ain't gonna say what you've been watching because I've been watching it too. I ain't gonna expose myself.
As a real homie right here.
But yeah, no, I
Sorry,
hope.
I've been kind of enveloped in the
Yeah,
saga.
you feel me? Glad it's over.
Yeah, me too.
Zidane is, I feel like he's very pragmatic, and I think the players like him. And I think even because he wasn't playing Isco all the time either.
Wasn't.
But Isco never seemed upset about it.
And also, one thing that really, really bothered me about Solari, I hated his media comments about Isco. I hated it. I hated him talking about his fitness. I hated him talking about prove himself. Shut up.
I don't believe you.
Literally shut up. I don't want to know. I'd rather be left in guess than you be making stuff, putting stuff out there. Leave it for the back. If Isco did something on low, it's better us try to speculate than you to start dropping things in there. No. Because you're not allowed in this position to try to devalue somebody. You're not allowed to set somebody up to make less money in the future. That's not what you're in the game for. You're in the game to coach somebody, and that's it. You're not here to increase or decrease Isco's market value. Yeah. And, sir, you are an employee of the club. So your best objective is to try to increase his value as possible. So if you do sell, you don't get him for $30 million, you get him for $130 million.
Yeah, exactly. And
talking about a player being out of shape and being bad, that's how you decrease the value. So shut up.
What are you talking about? Casemiro looks out of shape.
Casemiro always looks fat from August to damn near January. He's fat because he's chilling. Then he starts getting in shape at the end. But let's knock it off. Ramos, probably if there's 15 games in a month, at least 4 of them he's cracking for real.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the rest of them he's giving up penalties and yellow cards.
Those daytime games on BN, you'd be like, yo, he's wilding right now.
Yeah, no, honestly, and
the daytime games where I'm just I don't do this daytime mess. And I feel I'm a nighttime player.
I feel like Real Madrid players are just unmotivated by the guys by Solari and these other guys.
You can't come off 3 wins and deal with this dude.
Nobody looks like how they like even Nacho this year. I'm like, he don't look like the old Nacho.
Looks weird, right?
Yeah, he's not playing that well. Nobody really looks like as good.
There's the fire.
The players that look still the same is Modric and Benzema. But the rest of them don't really look like that.
I'll say about Modric, I think Modric is very much I think Modric is very old school in terms of he's just here to work. I'm clocked in. I'm gonna do my best. You already know. I'm gonna go home after. I'm just doing my job here. I'm gonna put in work. Other players, I think they need a lot more different factors. They need to be coached. They need father figure. They need so much more to get them and going. They need an atmosphere. Yeah. I think Modric is Modric here. I'm just working. I'm working.
What I do, I can do in my sleep.
Because Modric's style is it's swag plus a lot of hustle.
Yeah, but also Modric, there's no pressure for him to score.
No. We know by his numbers.
Yeah, but I don't know. Solari was just weak, and I don't know about what. Maybe Perez has some tactics behind it. I have no idea. Look, people are saying Perez needs to step down. I'm not going to say he needs to step down after just winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row.
I hate the notion that someone needs to go after I'm like, dog, you just won last year. Chill out, everybody.
Dude, what's up with soccer fans?
I guess it's how you make diamonds, right? All this pressure, right? So with Real Madrid, that was fresh, I know.
I'm just getting my face crushed.
One thing I'll say also, we talked about Zidane and, tactics. One thing I respect about Zidane, there's been matches where I was like, yo, what the hell? What kind of sub is this? The Isco sagas they had. Remember those substitutions? The coming in Vasquez. I'm like, why are you putting Vasquez in right now? Especially during when I didn't feel like Bale was off yet, but you already felt Bale was done for. I was like, nah, I'd get mad about that. But, I mean, the man won it all. The man showed what he, what you're doing at the end of the day. But Solari, you literally got out of the Copa del Rey, you're out of Champions League, and you're not winning Liga. So you did all this stuff, and you're not showing for it. You playing Vinicius Jr., that's so easy.
That's easy
because what did we talk about? It's just like Modric. You don't expect him to win everything. So when he does give you stuff, you go, oh, amazing. And then when he doesn't, you go, yeah, he's 18.
Yeah, exactly. That's not fair.
So that's safe. That's cheating. Yeah. That's not fair. I'm not going to give you credit for that.
No, that's because but Zidane started playing Lucas Vasquez, and they won Champions League.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, all right.
Yeah, and then they won the double 1 year too.
Yeah. So, the Isco thing, I'm really interested to see. It'll be really funny if, literally they start Isco. I think they have a game on Wednesday, right? Or next Wednesday or something. You start Isco, and then he, puts in, 2 goals. I guess he was out of shape, wasn't he? He must have hit the treadmill the whole week. Yeah, exactly. Trying to get in shape.
I don't know, whatever. So I need to go coach in Mexico.
I don't know if he can do that.
Okay, so
he might be able to coach, the new Beckham team.
He speaks really good English. He should come to
MLS. Go coach Beckham's team in Miami.
Yeah, he speaks really good English, actually. Okay, so all right. I wanted to go back to this PSG Man U versus PSG versus Man U match, Stupid. PSG getting out of the Champions League in the round of 16 again. Because, there's a different kind of pressure on PSG. Obviously, all the big teams have pressure. There's pressure on Barcelona. There's pressure on Real Madrid, Bayern, But PSG, especially in this tie against Manchester United, like, people really expected them to win it. And people, and especially after going up 2-0 away.
Even with Neymar out, there's an expectation going to win.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
It looked like some people were here talking like they're actually better just because Mbappe's there. I'm like, oh wow, I guess you don't really need him, do you?
Yeah,
that's funny.
So being the researcher that I am, and here we made a podcast. We do research. We take notes.
We take notes and we do a fair amount of Googling and Wikipediaing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I be checking the Wikipedia goal stats all the time.
I be going to transfer market. I be going in deep.
You go to market without the E in it?
Exactly. You know it's good.
You already know.
Give me a pencil. So I wanted to go and listen to, because
I'm excited.
Once again, I watched as much PSG as anybody in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
I wanted to listen to what other people were saying about this PSG match or this tie. So I went and I listened to France 24, the network. They did a debate show, and it was called "What's Wrong with PSG." They had 5 people on the panel, 4 people and a host.
Dang,
and
okay.
I took some notes on that.
Lit.
I also went and listened to one of the premier, or if not the premier English language PSG podcast / site, PSG Talk. Mark Damon, who if I'm not mistaken, is the founder of that website. I went to, he did a small talk episode and titled "It's Always the Same." It was right after the match, if I'm not mistaken, and I took notes on that to see what he had to say, because I respect what they do over there. And also listened to ESPN FC post-match show about the PSG match as well. And I just want to show the camera these notes here. A whole page.
It's all just scribbles on purpose.
It is.
Make it work.
So I'm just going to go through each thing, and this might be kind of ramshackle, but I was just kind of writing down what they had to say.
Okay.
So this is keep looking bored. This is the France 24 "What's Wrong with PSG" debate. A former player, Michael Madar, he was a former PSG player. He called. All right. He called and he said, one of the things that stuck out that he said, it comes down, it's a confidence and mentality thing with PSG. And he said that, this is when I was like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about. He said that PSG wins 3, 4, 5, nothing every week. I'm like, they definitely don't do that.
Excuse me?
But, so he said it's a confidence and mentality thing. This is something they also brought up on that episode, the host is asking, is there a loser culture at PSG?
What?
Caesar, do you think there is a loser culture at PSG?
Please tell me what a loser culture means. It means you're down to lose?
I don't know. They're losers.
Does a loser culture mean losing accepted? Or does it mean that their mindsets are mindsets of what you define as a loser? Now, if it's either one, I'm going to say no.
Okay,
because I think the culture of PSG is win with flair. It seems like very flair and winning. I don't think it's loser culture.
No, I don't think it's loser culture either.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong about the flair thing, but I think it's more like PSG is a very flair team. They got the Jordan jerseys, got young players with swag, and I think they're very kind of very that kind of cool mentality. I don't think it's loser culture. That's kind of damn, that's kind of go hard.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about who they might who should sell and buy, but they also in that segment,
it's okay to disagree. I mean, everybody has their own.
They didn't talk anything about tactics. They didn't say anything about tactics in that, and I thought that was kind of weak. But maybe they're not big football fans like that. Okay, so they were asking, should they sell Neymar or Mbappe? Now here's my opinion about that. Okay, I think that and I'll ask you what you think too after this. I think you sell. After this season, honestly, I think this is what PSG should do. Obviously, Rabiot's gone. You're selling him.
He's on the bench, but he's gone.
Yeah, they're selling him. Well, I don't know if they're going to be able to sell him because his contract is over, so they're getting rid of him. Whatever.
He's going to walk home.
I think you sell Neymar and Cavani this season, and this is who I think can get who they can get to replace / like get going on the
You
team.
got some players?
Yes. Santi Mina of Valencia. Caesar says no. Son of Tottenham. And you need a CDM. If you can't get Kondobia, I like Llorente, Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
they're not that dope though.
They're not,
and you're not prying away Spaniards, sir.
No, I think they can. I think they can.
But the capital, I don't know about that. La capital.
Well, it depends on who.
You might because no. What? Okay, I have one. Go ahead.
Okay, no, so but the only reason I said him is because you got Casemiro there, and like I don't want to say I like Llorente more than Casemiro, but
yes,
like
you do. You don't.
No,
like
not necessarily.
You don't like Case Miro.
I like Case Miro.
But all you do is whine about him when we watch.
But I think Llorente is has
higher upside.
No. I think he's younger, but I think Llorente has like some of the cruise ability while being a CDM that Casemiro doesn't have. But Casemiro is a better like in the air defender, obviously, and a better goal threat.
And I mean, this is just based off like internet, but like it looks like Llorente is very, very serious about his fitness. This dude goes hard. Yeah, I saw a thing. I was like, he's going hard, and apparently, what I heard is that he like learned from watching Ronaldo stuff. So I was like, oh, he's like got into it because of Ronaldo. That's cool. And Case Miro definitely didn't get into. He's like, no, I'm chilling.
He was I was at Porto.
He's in Brazil drinking souls, hanging out.
He's like, I was at Porto eating fish.
Only Brazilians know about soul. Well, go ahead.
But yeah, so that's what I think. So who do you think? Do you think they should? If they're going to sell somebody, do you think they should sell Neymar or Mbappe? And then who do you think they should get?
I think that...
And who should they sell?
I think it's important to keep also French players, especially in the league. I think it's cool to keep Mbappe. Yeah. Keep Mbappe is good. I mean, I know, like, and especially when he's young, he has time. You can get like years in there, and then when he's 26 or whatever, if he wants to go to his dream club or Real Madrid, or if that's still needs to do whatever, that's fine. I think Neymar leaving is good for the team in terms of like you're getting, not in terms of it makes the team better, but you're getting the most money back on something you invested in. Yeah. So they're talking about how much he's worth. They're 200 these cap numbers are thrown around how much he's worth. This money that no one seems to be showing me that everybody's getting. If this is what's really he's worth, then you might as well just get that because you can do so much with that. You could probably build another restroom or another wall because I don't know where this money goes. You're building walls and streets, I guess, with this money and not buying players with it. Mm-hmm. I like one out of the players you named. Okay. I don't think Llorente's good. I actually think it's better for them to get Case Miro because there is Brazilian influence there. It's fun. Case Miro's a better signing. There is, well, I mean, if Neymar names, I guess it gets a little less Brazilian. But there's still Thiago, and then there's still Marquinhos. There's still Dani Alves, I guess, at 38 playing fullback. And apparently still there with his terrible haircut. He's still there. So I think it'd be good him be there, and I think it'd work well, especially for your back line. If you have, the two Brazilians, I guess, or one Brazilian, then you kind of have Casemiro, but I don't know what you want to do. I think it's good to have him. Llorente, I feel like he's kind of harder to pry away. I mean, he seems to have a lot of... Real seems to be so big on him, it's hard to kind of get those guys off.
But he doesn't play.
I know, but he's invested. He's at the Capitol hanging out,
But he doesn't play, though.
I agree. He might not play that much at PS2 if they're starting Marquinhos at CDM. Am I wrong? I also think that who's the guy from Pjanic? No. Who's the guy from Inter, the left wing?
Perisic?
Perisic would be kind of cool. I think he'd be good on the left side for PSG. I think Son is a good idea also.
But you're not feeling Santi Mina?
Santi Mina, no, I think that's cute. I think Santi Mina is like a cute pickup, but it's like Santi Mina seems like with how PSG is, especially with like what happened to Hesse, it's almost like if you're not all the way popping, you could get kind of sent away. Like I don't know. Santi Mina's really good.
But you ain't watch Santi Mina like I have.
I know you watch Santi Mina, like you watch him, and that's cool to say that. But I don't think it's really like if I'm gonna start Wikipediaing Santi Mina's real bar stats right now.
Go for it.
It's not gonna blow my mind. Okay,
go for it. No, let me tell you why Santi Mina. Because obviously,
and also I thought Santi Mina was a right winger.
No, he's a center forward. Santi Mina plays center forward.
He's in a 4-4-2.
Trust me. Are you going to trust me or not?
I'm not going to trust you.
Okay. Well, anyway, Santi Mina can play in the middle. He's kind of like Kun Aguero in a sense. Like he's not like big like that. I'm talking about size wise. Okay. He's not like a big guy, but he's a center forward.
I just hope that if any success that whatever comes with Santi Mina, you deserve the most credit in history. You've been dropping Santi Mina forever.
Dude. He's a baller.
You've been dropping him since before he had tattoos. Now he's like that guy with tats.
Okay, but this is the reason, because if you get rid of Neymar, you have Mbappe there, and if you have Santi Mina, you're gonna get somebody to kind of fill that left wing role. You need a guy that's a center forward, but is not like a star. And it's not like an established name like that, because I feel like Santi Mina, he's not gonna be like, I need to take the penalties. He's not like some big star, but he's more than capable of filling that role and scoring goals, but not being the guy that has to score all the goals like that.
I feel like, okay, I know we don't like to really bring in Icardi that much in terms of skill set.
He can't do it.
But this is my thing about PSG though. If you're gonna get somebody to replace Cavani, you need to have a center forward who's all about off the ball work. And
Santi Mina's about that life.
And someone who's a presence in that middle and is able to connect and just do it. He doesn't need the ball. He doesn't need the ball.
About that life.
So I don't know if Santi Mina's about that life.
You don't know.
I don't know.
Exactly.
I didn't say
I know.
I literally didn't say he's not about that life.
So
I said I don't know, which is a fair statement to say.
Yeah, but I'm telling you. So you don't believe me?
Not really.
What you bringing up Icardi for?
Because I don't think he'd be terrible at PSG.
You don't even.
Would he be terrible? Would he be terrible?
Yes. You sound crazy.
I don't sound crazy.
Icardi can't play with a blazing fast person like Mbappe. He cannot play with him.
Blazing fast?
Yeah.
Wow, you're saying a lot of words.
Okay, Mbappe is very fast.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He's aptly fast.
Oh, that's go back. Now, see, we're going higher. Stay in the middle.
and Icardi can't play with somebody like that.
Okay, I'm down. I'm just asking. I'm asking. I'm not PSG tall guy.
Yeah, but you're not even letting me tell you, though.
Okay, tell me.
Santi
So
is this stupid. But yeah, I mean, I think. Okay, what do you think about them selling Neymar? Do you think that'd be a good idea?
I think it's a good idea. Honestly, I said it. I mean, I did say earlier.
It hasn't worked out. It hasn't worked out. Look, it hasn't worked out with Neymar. In my opinion, it hasn't worked out. It's done a lot for their team, but you wanted to win. You wanted to advance in Champions League, and he hasn't been there.
On this show, we talked about the transfer. We talked about the transfer on the show.
Yeah, we did.
We said this move is imperative for us to understand where he's at. He wants to prove himself, what the deal is, what's going on. This is your situation. To step away from where it was a comfort zone and get uncomfortable and get it cracking. You got uncomfortable. You got it cracking sometimes. You didn't the other times, but you got hurt every time.
Yeah. Dog.
Every time it mattered,
dude.
which
bro.
I'm sorry. I don't like to ever pin injuries on someone's issue, but it becomes an issue if you're injured when you need you.
Yeah, dude. I'm sorry.
I don't like to bring up all the time basketball reference, but for example, Grant Hill, he got hurt when he was important. So it's you got hurt when it mattered.
Yeah.
And this is somebody. And I'm sorry, Neymar, but people invested a lot into you.
Yeah, dog. We need you there,
and there was a lot of kickback. Jordy brought all stuff, whatever, but they're not there, so it's time. Sometimes it's time to move on. Maybe just because he goes to Barcelona or wherever, it doesn't mean that he's not good. It's just that every situation doesn't work. I will forever at least respect him for stepping out of a comfort zone and trying something new.
Yeah.
That's something. Let's keep around. I'm not trying to attack Messi. He never did that.
Yeah, no.
Messi stayed in the same place all the time. Neymar went and was like, look, this is going great. I'm young, but I got to go and see what I'm about.
Yeah. And you know what? It's okay, because maybe he wanted to go and see hey, can I be the man? Yeah. And he's like,
or he went and said, how hard is it? I wonder how I can do this.
Yeah, and maybe
he even saw Ronaldo was like, oh look, a bleep did this. It's possible. Players move and make things happen. You never know.
Yeah, and honestly, I think that maybe he realized that I need another guy. I need to play with the guy.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with.
There's nothing wrong with.
There's nothing wrong with it. There's 11 people on the field.
Yeah, and maybe he's I need to play with another really elite guy. That's not like a center forward. Yeah, because obviously Cavani's the best in the world.
And now that Cavani's hurt, he's like, I gotta go while it's good.
He'll be back soon.
Back where? In China? Or is he gonna be back?
Yeah, you're not even funny.
What if he goes to China? You gonna be sad?
Of course, I don't get to watch him no more.
Hey, you do. He's probably on
China's Twitter. The league Twitter ain't even verified.
I know, but hey, man, come on, dog. But I do want a reason to watch AFC Champions League. Come on,
that's true. But yeah, no, I do think it's time. It might be time. Just the Neymar thing didn't work, and if it doesn't work, it's okay. You got to keep Mbappe, and you need somebody to kind of fill that role. But PSG's problem isn't attacking players. It's you need a CDM. And
PSG, let's keep it real. As cute as some things PSG, your midfield's just not all the way there.
Yeah, you need a CDM, not Marquinhos. You need a CDM.
You're supposed to be getting players like Nondebe, those kind of guys with that money you have and get it cracking. And you're really not. You're getting Diarra 8 years after everybody wanted him. It's just not. It's not cracking.
Yo, I don't think Ndombele and Verratti can play together because I think like they're too similar.
You're gonna have one of them.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have one of them. But if they got sold in Verratti and got Ndombele, I bet y'all are kind of gangster right now. But you need a CDM too, though. Okay.
Damn, if they flipped for Verratti, like, sheesh, that's gangster moves.
I'm like, they've been listening.
I'm like, because they heard that Caesar said in like the first 20 episodes that this is the best Verratti you're gonna get.
Even though
it don't get better, which I didn't say that's not. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's not going to have some new skill tomorrow. This is what you got here.
I seen Verratti turn up against Liverpool. I was like, wow. But, like, it don't happen that often. Okay, so now let me get into this PSG small talk. It was by Mark Damon. He titled it, It's Always the Same. You can check them out at psgtalk.com. And a lot of people, can you chill? There's a lot of people affiliated with PSG Talk, and that's really dope. He started off with the poem. I didn't catch the name of that. But here's some of the quotes that he said, and here I'll say something. And if you want to react to it, you can, or maybe I want to react to it. He said that this game may be the tipping point. He said it's hard to pinpoint what went wrong. Obviously, we discussed here that what I think, at least, and what I think you agreed with me, that was playing Mbappe out of position, especially in the second half. Okay, go.
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily fair to say it's hard to pinpoint what went wrong. That's, to me, is just kind of saying that, like, you're not willing to accept what went wrong.
Well,
to
I
me,
think that he doesn't see that it's wrong.
Yeah, because
to play
if you interpret it as what you believe is right, then you're not able to accept that you're wrong. You know, and I'm not saying that I'm not attacking. I'm just saying like if you're watching this game and you're seeing that they're dominating the whole game, but you're also not watching that even though they're dominating, it's not finishing at the part you're supposed to finish at. Then you're like, wait a minute, like maybe like this, what I thought is the great move, what they should be doing is not necessarily working, and no adjustments are made to fix this problem.
Yeah, so for me, it's with the coach. But like, if you don't think if you think Mbappe is a center forward, then you're not going to think that.
No, for sure. Whatever.
Yeah,
live your life.
I think you're wrong, but whatever.
Live your life, though. This is it's hindsight. So everybody, and anything can be said afterwards. You know, like we don't.
Of course, yeah. He said that he didn't think PSG could do anything different, and he thinks PSG lost because of lack of focus. It's easy to say that because obviously the 3 goals that Manchester United got were. Seemingly from a lack of focus.
Kind of like bonehead.
It was Kerr and Buffon dropping the ball, and then the penalty at the end. You know,
penalty. I don't know is lack of focus.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know about the penalty. I think that's kind of like
unfair. you don't think it was a penalty? Yeah,
like I personally was like, no, I just don't. Like just imagining myself in the game, like damn, I don't feel like that's fair to like blame me for. Like damn, I was just trying to stop a ball shooting at the goal. I wasn't like trying to. Illegally stop something. I was just like in the motion. My body's moving in the air. I'm moving around.
For me, it's just like it shouldn't have to get to that point. Honestly,
I feel you. You're just like
that's how I am.
Your perspective is always like we put ourselves in that position. That's what you said. Yeah. And me, I'm just like, oh no.
I'm just like really militant about it.
We know,
but yeah, there was obviously some lack of focus moments. But a bigger problem, in my opinion, was that PSG couldn't score. Let me see. Okay, this is the thing that he said that this is what I disagree with. And he's probably not going to hear this, but if he does, then like obviously like I think what you guys do is dope. But this is what I disagree with. He said that the game isn't about tactics. Football isn't about tactics. It's about moments, especially Champions League football. And PSG lost the moments like they always do. Now here's what I have to say about that. In my opinion, like the thing that stands out is like they always do. Now, the last 2 seasons, we had PSG go out to Real Madrid in the round of 16, and then they went out to Barcelona in the Remontada. I don't know that word, but
what word?
They call it the Retomonda or Remontada or something like that. Like when Barcelona beat them the second leg. You don't know either, obviously.
I'm okay. I don't want to know that word.
Yeah, I mean, me either.
You gonna play the week?
So when you're talking, like for me, when I go back to that Barcelona, that second leg, dog, it was tactics. PSG parked the bus.
That was
crazy.
an absolute tactic affair.
Yeah, I was like,
PSG parked the bus, and Neymar was like, I'm just gonna play really hard, and I'm gonna go deep on this left, and I'm gonna make shit happen.
When I remember when like Barcelona like got the ball going forward for the first time,
ridiculous.
I seen Cavani drop back so far. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna get picked apart.
Yeah,
I didn't think Barcelona was gonna score 6 goals. But I'm like, you cannot park the bus against Barcelona.
No, you obviously didn't see 6 goals.
Nobody saw 6 goals.
But it was like I was like, hey, this is not how you win this.
Yeah, you didn't win 4-0 from parking the bus. You don't have to park the bus. You can play with them. Obviously, we seen Rabiot ball out. Kimpembe balled out.
When you're up and your whole formation's getting destroyed, trying to save things, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
When your striker is having to come all the way back and play fullback, he played fullback like 8 times in like 3 minutes. I'm like, dog, like you might as well put him as another. You might as well have 6 in the back.
Caesar, I'm like, I just remember when I just like I deflated when I seen Cavani just drop. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna win parking the bus, dude. It was so crazy. So that was tactics against Real Madrid. I can't remember like necessarily the tactics, so to speak, but Real Madrid was just better than PSG.
Especially in the first leg, I was like, oh god, there's levels.
Yeah,
right now.
It wasn't about moments. It was about like Real Madrid's better than PSG.
I'll never forget an episode. We literally talked about A through
each
B.
Line.
Each line. We looked at every.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that episode, and I was like, we all like to look at PSG in this glowing fashion about what the big stuff was, but then we sat down on We Made It podcast, and we went. Cesar will sign up the first 3 top because they both went 4-3.
Yeah,
here. I was like, damn, like. You kind of like you can argue for the front line, and then after that,
you can't argue at all.
It's leagues different.
Yeah,
like the midfield, you could even be like Real Madrid's midfield at the time was bench midfield was better. Like, geez, man,
yes.
You had guys
started Rabiot, dog. Like, come on now. But yeah, so that's not necessarily tactics, but you're talking about a team that's better than the other team.
Yeah.
This game to me, it wasn't. I think it boils down to tactics because you have to put your. And I don't want to repeat from last time, but I got to say it. You got to put your players in the best position to play their best and to score goals. And when you take Mbappe out of that spot, I think that tactically you made a big mistake. And it showed.
You know, PSG Talk, I think they go hard on Twitter. I like them. I don't have any issues with PSG Talk.
No.
They're cool.
Like, I think they're cool.
And let's keep it real. Like, as Americans, like, it's cool to hear that, especially people talking about like a French team. That's dope to me. Like, that's really cool what they do. Yeah. But you know, as people, as humans, and it treating this as for like pretending we're at some bar, there can be disagreements. Like, we're talking about this sport, and it's a sport where people all see things differently. I just think that statement to me didn't sit well talking about moments. I think it's like almost saying
football
that like
is tactics, dog.
Because you can't go and coach people to make miracles happen. You can't coach people to create moments. You can put people in positions to create opportunities.
Yeah.
But that's not a coaching skill. Yeah. That's not a player skill. And even as much as you paid for Bleep, you didn't pay for Bleep necessarily because he creates moments, but you pay for Bleep because he puts himself in the best opportunity for moments, and he capitalizes them at a higher rate than a lot of people in the world do. Yeah, and so that's different. But you can't coach. Like, it doesn't work like this. It's not fair to make that a stat line because when you're looking at stats, you don't go, oh look, moments. They got a 20% moment ratio. It's not a physical thing you can grab or even like do. So it's hard. It's hard to like. I don't think it's fair to PSG to be like, hey, you guys didn't do this, and also like you don't win moments enough. I'd have been like, hey man, like what are you talking about?
Because
it's like a made up thing to like kind of attack. I don't want that.
Man, you got those goals, and like none of them were like that great, obviously. But what PSG was supposed to do is score at home.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can't score at home, it's not because you didn't win some corner or something like that.
Outscore the opposing team in your house, that's an issue.
Yeah, like and another thing, it wasn't moments that happened for them to score those 2 goals in Manchester. That was good play. Yeah.
And you created that through your own skill, your own offensive.
Wait, they did score a goal. Actually.
They scored 1 goal at home.
Bernat scored.
Yeah, your fullback scored again. Yeah. I'm sorry. Every time I watch PSG and the Champions League, I'm like, why does he have so many? Why is he scoring?
He scored against Napoli, too.
I'm gonna keep it real. No. It's not even that he just scored. I'm like, why is he always in some opportunity to score? I'm like, why is the fullback the dude always
because they don't have a center forward out there?
If you're gonna do this, go get Marcelo. You might put in some goals for you this
because
year.
There was no center forward there. That's why.
Jeez.
Honestly.
Big facts. I mean, Marcelo got like 4 goals this year. Might as well get him.
I don't know why we're talking about Marcelo, but
He's the homie.
Okay, so he said also that PSG had control of this game and they lost it. Big facts.
True.
He said they need to finally get good midfielders.
Like
I think they do have a decent midfield with Verratti, but you need a CDM. You need a real CDM. Marquinhos is not a CDM. He can do it sometimes, but you need a real one. I think you
either need a CDM or you need a really, really versatile center mid, like a versatile guy. Like, I mean, like, and I know...
And one that's not scared to shoot the ball. Like, Verratti never shoots.
I know he's not there anymore, but, like, even though Blaze technically plays like a CDM...
No, he didn't.
I know. I'm saying, like, he plays very versatile. People like to listen to CDM, but he's very versatile. No, Blaze like, if anything, if you watch the Juve game, Emre Can is a CDM, and Blaze is floating around. That's if you don't have that, at least you need that on your team.
Caesar, I remember they will play...
Like a Vidal kind of thing, does it.
They would play a 4-3-3, and they list... Blaise Matuidi as the winger. He wouldn't be necessarily like right there like Di Maria, but like no, Blaise Matuidi is a box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, you need that at least. You need a box-to-box at least.
Yeah,
if you can't get you can't get an anchor in the back, you need a box-to-box.
Yeah, and you need somebody that's not afraid to shoot the ball. Verratti never shoots the rock. Like you need somebody that's going to shoot the rock sometimes.
Verratti's very good, but there's just like there's
limits to his game.
His game is not going to get better, so you want to get people who make up for the skills he lacks in.
Exactly. He said also that Tuchel's done a good job, and that's debatable because like you're out of the round of 16.
Look, no.
Actually, it's not debatable. He hasn't done a good job.
No. Like,
because you're out of a cup too.
I'm trying to not get mad right now.
Don't get mad.
I'm not getting. Look, just because like it bugs me to like say that because like why?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like he did a good job? What do you have to show me he did a good job?
People anointed him a genius early without proving it.
Because he had a bar that was set when he came in. He didn't meet the bar. But unless your bar was to win everything you already won before, then that's whack. You shouldn't have that for your team. You should try to win everything you haven't won yet. And guess what? He's not going to get anything they haven't won yet. They already won the league all the damn time. They win all the cups all the damn time.
And they're actually out of a cup.
Exactly. So, did you really do better? You're out of the cup?
You're out of one cup. You're in another one.
You're probably in some cup. You're out of the Caesar's. You're out of Caesar's Pizza Cup. You're probably in a different one.
But yeah, you're out of the round of 16 after being up 2-0 at two away goals.
So Man U. You were up. You were up in Champions League, and then you're up here. So. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh well, you did a good job. Why? Why should I say that? There's no reason for it. You have the players.
You know why on the low.
Yeah, and that's what makes me kind of mad.
I know, me too. Sadly, we can't talk about it.
But if it was Patrick Vieira, they'd be burning the doors down.
Oh, for real. Tuchel has brought in this season Mbappe. I won't really give him credit for that, but he brought in. Let's look at the players that he did.
Well, he's gonna get. Why would he get the credit for Mbappe?
Yeah, he doesn't get credit for Mbappe. But let's talk about the players that Tuchel has brought in. This is him. Paredes.
Oh yeah, he's baller.
Yeah, but he hasn't done anything.
No, he's baller though.
Okay, well, whatever. Kerr. Ooh. Juan Bernat.
Juan Bernat fills a space.
Juan Bernat's not that guy.
How much? Who's worse? Who's better, Juan Bernat or Kurzawa?
They're basically the same, honestly.
You feel me?
Buffon. Got that blunder for you.
I don't think he's better. I wouldn't say he's that better.
And Choupo-Moting.
What?
It's not really. I'm not really that impressed.
You got some guys.
I'm not excited.
You got some randoms for sure. There's some randos.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, Tuchel still has a lot to prove.
The trackers always giving you these big names. No one was like, oh man. You know,
Choupo-Moting.
Wow. Bernat might be coming.
My thing is like, damn, you brought in a number 9. Why didn't you play him in that goddamn game then?
He just do it all, I guess.
Seriously. He also said, I know this is a long episode. He also said that PSG are a dominant league on side. They've shown flashes of brilliance in Champions League, but when pressure is on, they make mistakes and lose. I can agree with that.
Yeah, me too. But the thing is like you brought in a coaching genius, so aren't you going to address this? Or are we just going to like let it ride?
He said something drastic.
I wonder how long he gets to ride this out, the genius life, especially when you go.
He's German. He's going to get to ride it forever. something. I'm not yelling at you, but I
hurt my soul. I didn't say that.
Like, if you're German, like, don't you just get to be a genius because you're alive?
It's like people still buying BMWs who's like a German engineer. I'm like, yeah, but the car kind of sucks right now. What are you really capping about?
Watch Klopp not.
Why does your window not roll up anymore? I thought you had German engineering.
Watch Klopp not win anything this year, and they still talk about how great he is. What else? Something he said something drastic needs to change. He said he's at a loss for ideas. And he said the pressure broke Kehrer and Buffon. I don't really agree with the Buffon one. I think he just made a mistake. Goalies make mistakes a lot.
I think he made a mistake, and he's like 49. So yeah. I mean, like what? Like, I'm gonna keep it real. As much as Buffon has looked like old man out there, I'm like, I don't know what you wanted from him. I never said, like, yo, when Buffon got scored on, I didn't go, come on, you're better than that. I went, I mean, that's what you get,
dog.
I saw Renault, I saw Bleep do a over to Bicycle. I saw Bleep. You had a team.
It's a goalie. You had a team. You don't need to get some. You don't, dog. Let me tell you,
two times.
I was watching the locker room, I think. And Gary Bailey was saying something like, "Oh, you know, the change your goalie." Bobo was like, "It's a goalie. It doesn't matter. Like, what are you talking about? Like, the goalie don't matter. You don't ever need to really like improve at goalie. Like, no, dude. It's just a goalie.
Juve's goalie.
Alphonse Areola is decent.
Juve's goalie, dog.
Like, you're gonna pay money for a freaking goalie? Like, relax.
When
tell me there's some mob ties going on.
When they lost Buffon, were they scrambling to get Courtois?
No.
Were they just scrambling to get...
Bring this guy back from loan.
They were just like when Liverpool signed the Brazilian Becker.
Dr. Becker.
Becker. Was it like a game changer?
No. Because he does some good stuff and he does some bad stuff. That's just what it is.
Because let's keep it real. If Liverpool doesn't make it to the final, I guess... Was it really worth it?
Yeah, exactly. Carey is over there in Besiktas.
Carey's was
my hair, though.
At least Carey's dropped it in the final with sleeve tats.
Exactly. He's like in his hair.
He's like, yeah. At least
I look like Thor.
I went to the final. He had to get the hair, so we don't know who he is anymore.
Okay, and he mentions rebuilding the whole thing. He said he said to keep Mbappe and everything else is expendable. And I'm like, dog, you're sad from the loss.
Hey, homie,
you need a hug, bro.
Yeah, rebuilding is a hard word to say, man.
Yeah, keeping everything else expendable. Like, damn, dog.
All right, well, I mean, the damn Kempepe Sia. I mean, damn, all you guys are kind of really good.
You got some talent there, bro.
Prayer to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Also, ESPN FC post match show. Steve Nickel, I think his name is Steve.
Which one?
Nickel? I don't know.
Yeah, the glasses guy.
He said the blame lies 50% on the players and 50% on Tuchel. And he said that 50% of the blame is on Tuchel because he said if you play your top goalie, that doesn't happen. He's saying Ariel is the top goalie. He's saying you're playing your backup goalie. He said that doesn't happen if you play your number one goalie. Damn, I'm like, goalies don't make that much of a difference, dog. Like, relax right now.
You look, like, any player would also be like, I'm gonna keep it real. Any player out there would be like, look, like other than like the rifle shot that Bale shot from 100 yards away, I mean, you kind of got to catch that.
Yeah.
But like in transition, it's everybody's fault that this dude passed everybody up and got to the goalie more than it is the goalie gave it in.
Seriously.
Because if you let somebody pass you to shoot at the goalie, that's your fault. Because you should have stopped him from getting that position. You made the situation happen.
Yeah, exactly. Caesar,
the goalie wasn't defending. He was just trying to stop the damn ball flying in.
Caesar, all the goalies make big mistakes. I watched Arsenal versus Manchester United.
You get the ball shot at you 100 miles an hour.
I watched Arsenal versus Manchester United. Granit Xhaka shot a curler at David De Gea. David De Gea's right here. The ball turns and just like goes right by him into the net.
Yeah, I saw that. It was weird.
I'm like, but David De Gea is one of the top goalies. Happens.
He's supposed to be like
he's like the number one guy. I'm like, yo, it happens.
He's like the highest clip too, or the percentage wise.
I'm like, it happens, dog. It's a goalie. It's not that serious.
There's no magnet hand goalies.
Dude,
there's no magneto goalies.
It's never the goalie, dude. Relax.
No, it's all y'all for not letting it go through.
Yeah,
that's why you can't be giving them 90 million.
You feel me? What's the deal?
That's so stupid.
Shaka Hislop said that PSG is devoid of leadership. And he said Neymar isn't a real leader. I'm like, Neymar wasn't playing. Like, you just want to talk shit about Neymar.
Shaka was like, you know what? I want to go. He probably watched that warm up rant that Alex Lalas did and was like talking about tattooed guys. He's like, all right, now I'm getting mad at them again. Let me go talk about Neymar real quick.
I'm just like, dog. Like Neymar did not play. Like, what are you talking about?
Hey man, I know you want to attack Neymar. I know this is ESPN FC and this is
Neymar hate show.
This is the Neymar hate show. But let's keep it real. I mean, the guy wasn't playing in the game.
I'm like, dog, chill.
Hey, dude, like I'm down, but he didn't.
Yeah,
play.
I don't think Neymar's a real leader either, but he wasn't playing.
Hey, I feel you, but can we just? I know you're.
I
know you're spraying and praying, but aim at people who are not involved.
Your analysis literally has to do with the player that didn't play. Like, can I?
He's just yelling at with.
I just
friends.
can't
He's
even deal with
friends.
that. I can't even deal with that.
It's okay. All those guys do that clown mess.
Your analysis is based on a player that did not play.
ESPN FC was talking about how bad Bleep was in the middle of their 3 championship run. Facts. So that's how much credibility they have as a football coverage.
Now, let me tell you what Craig Burley said. One of the things he mentioned. He said,
"This is the guy.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
Like Burley is the worst.
Yeah, he's talking about Rabiot should have been there. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like,
man. How many games has he clearly watched?
I'm like, what? Yeah, like, what are you watching? Like, are you a tennis fan that just like they tell you to come talk about soccer?
I literally know you don't watch nothing if you're complaining that Rabiot would have been doing the same thing, doing like, oh man, they just scored. He would have been looking like the rest of them.
Rabiot been there the last 3 years, dog.
What would Rabiot have done anything differently than Di Maria? Tell me right now, what would he done better? Di Maria arguably didn't even play bad that game. What would he have done better? Because that's Di Maria's spot, right? What would he have done?
That was so ridiculous. I'm like, come on, dog.
Like,
I wasn't watching.
You're a clown. They're all clowns.
You're like watching golf.
Clown FC.
And they said, hey, come talk about this game, and he just watched the highlights. He's like,
you know what really bugged me too? I don't like to do this, but he gets it because he was a player. He be talking so much about what these defenders do. I'm like, what were you doing? He was a Scottish player, but he talks about everybody and what they're doing and stuff like that, and how they're playing and how Bleep is. I'm like, I bet if you were playing against Bleep on the field, he'd be messing you up too. However slow you feel garbage he is, he probably burning past you though.
Absolutely.
That's corny. They're corny over there.
Yeah, no, that was really whack. Okay, Caesar. Man, long episode once again. Yikes. You know he does this. Relax. You knew we started this time.
There was a disclaimer in the group chat. About how long it's going to be.
Yeah, and I did tweet about it. Trying to keep it under 3 hours. So maybe let's go 2 hours and 59
disclaimer.
Minutes. Okay, big news. The U.S. women's soccer team is suing the USSF Mafia, U.S. Soccer Federation, over institutionalized gender discrimination. I'm going to read some of this article really quick because I haven't done that in a while, and you love it. All 28 current members of the United States, don't be going on your phone because I'm reading. Okay.
Do you get to put cereal boxes on the screen, but as soon as you start reading, I gotta be like this?
I don't be on my phone while you reading.
This is basically you know what? I'm gonna start eating like sunflower chips, sunflower seeds, start spitting them while you're talking.
Okay, because I've ever done that.
Yeah, because you'd be like,
okay, whatever.
Munching.
All 28 current members of the United States women's soccer team have filed a lawsuit against their own governing body, alleging years of institutionalized gender discrimination. They're seeking equal pay with their male counterparts who failed to reach the 2018 World Cup. The lawsuit, which was filed in federal court in Los Angeles on Friday, I'm guessing that's last week, seeks equal pay and treatment in addition to damages, including back pay. The group, which includes some of the best players in the world, such as Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, Carly Lloyd, are also seeking compensation for any player who's appeared for the U.S. since February 2015. If the lawsuit is successful, it could cost the U.S. Soccer Federation Mafia millions of dollars. I can skip that, I think. No, I can't. Each of us is extremely... this is Alex Morgan. She said, each of us is extremely proud to wear the United States jersey, and we also take seriously the responsibility that comes with that. We believe that fighting for gender equality in sports is part of that responsibility. As players, we deserve to be paid equally for our work, regardless of our gender. U.S. Soccer has yet to respond to the lawsuit, which was filed on International Women's Day.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was cool.
Yeah, I guess they settled something in 2015. I'm sorry, 2017, but they didn't disclose. Okay, wait a minute. In 2016, 5 high-profile players, Carly Lloyd, Megan Rapinoe,
I think I remember that.
Alex Morgan, Becky Sauerbrunn, and Hope Solo filed a complaint because we talked about it when we talked about Hope Solo.
Yeah.
The two sides eventually agreed to a settlement in 2017, but the terms were not released, as these big things do. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is one of the issues that they have with the how things are divvied up. According to U.S. Soccer's own financial disclosures, the women's team brought in more revenue than their male counterparts over the last 3 years, and their victory in the 2015 World Cup final was the most watched soccer match in U.S. history. Caesar doesn't care.
I'm waiting for when I'm allowed to talk from your 3-hour reading.
I will punch you.
I would love to react.
Okay. Despite those facts, the U.S. women's coach Jill Ellis was paid less than the men's under-23 coach until last year.
Disgusting.
It blows my mind. I'm like, America has a U23 coach? What?
I want to throw up on this.
Why does America have a U23 program?
We're a country that that legalizes drinking after 21, but I need to know how good someone is up until they're 23. It's already too late.
Yeah, like you still can't make the senior team.
You might as well extend AYSO youth soccer till 18 years.
I'm blown away.
Till they're 25.
France and Spain and all these other good teams get to have a U23.
What the hell is U23?
Brazil get to have a U23. Argentina, not America, dog. If you ain't get
Brazil get it because they have that much talent.
Yeah, exactly. If you got hella talent, yeah. Hey man, sorry you can't get up there yet, Douglas Costa.
Who the hell plays for U23 though?
You feel me?
An American that's good,
right? In 2016 wage discrimination case. In the 2016 wage discrimination case, it was revealed that male players were given per diems of $75 when traveling abroad, while female players only got $60. Yeah, Carly Lloyd joked at the time, maybe they figured that women are smaller and thus eat less.
Damn. That's a bar.
Yeah. I guess Serena Williams also backed this.
Hey.
I didn't. Let me see if there's like a quote I can read really fast. What did she say?
Let me see if there's an essay I can read real fast.
She said it's ludicrous that there should be a pay discrepancy between the U.S. women's team, and whatever. That's it. I got for there. Okay. Also, okay. I had something. Okay,
three papers he's using now. Third source. Go ahead.
Okay. Actually, I'll say this after you talk. Go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
I lost everything I wanted to say.
Good.
But I just want to say, obviously we talked about, I thought that...
We've talked about this many times.
I was on here screaming. I was pushing that red bar that we used to show, but it don't show anymore, how loud I was about Jill Ellis not even to call for a damn interview. Yeah. Not even
to be the men's coach.
To be the men's coach. Said his bald halter, dude. I ain't ever seen in my damn life getting over here. It's crazy because I saw USA national team losing. A lot of these corny people go on there saying it's Jill Ellis' fault. I'm like, this is ridiculous. USA women's national team, that's good on them for doing this, especially it's really cool on International Women's Appreciation Day for going over there and showing that they deserve to be not only appreciated more but compensated more for what they've done for this nation. They've represented the United States of America valiantly as athletes, as top level athletes.
Way better than the men.
Way better than the garbage men team. They win probably more than men will ever win in soccer.
Can't even catch up.
And it's a damn shame. How on this green and polluted planet and that's flat, and do we have the national team coach who's on Fox Sports 1 in final matches, who's won championships, hoisted trophies, getting paid less than some schmuck I never heard in my life who's coaching 23-year-old reject males in soccer. I don't understand it. Yeah. That's disgusting. And the lawsuit term should be like, everybody get fired and we start over. Yeah, that's what it should be. I hope they get everything that they're compensated for, and they should. It's, you know what's sad too. This is what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
they're asking for equal pay. Damn it, they should be getting double. They should dock all those national team players' pay. Be like, y'all get half, and the women get the latter, and more than you, because you haven't earned nothing.
Well, this is what,
especially in the final game, they already had more viewers in history. What are we even talking about here?
Well, this is what Carly Lloyd said. I don't know if this was 2016 or not, but. She was asked, do you think you should be paid more than the men's team? She said, yeah, absolutely. We win. We're successful. We should get what we deserve.
I'd have been like, hey, reporter, well, are you yeah. Well, why you think I should get paid less for winning more?
Yeah.
Where have I been in a world where you get paid less for being more successful? Huh?
Also, excuse me. I think that women's soccer is more important than men's soccer in America, and I think that's evident because the women are so much better. Obviously, like if it was the same, the men would be better. They didn't even make the World Cup.
And also, you could argue say that there's a lot of participation in women's soccer, even probably more than men there is in America.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially a higher tier of athletes, a lot more female higher tier athletes participate in soccer than men do.
Yeah.
So it seems to be more important for the country overall in athletics, especially if we're more successful.
Absolutely.
So pay them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of getting
I put honestly that this could have been avoided if Hope Solo was elected to be USSF president. And they didn't have a selection. If they had a real election, and it wasn't all these damn...
it was a backroom dictatorship.
And it wasn't all these damn people in the media talking about how crazy she is, gaslighting her and being sexist. Yeah. I forgot that guy's name, but we called him out.
How dare she? How dare she complain about getting her groped by a male? By a male.
Talking about her being crazy when she was the best nominee for that.
You like... I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
So...
Bunch of clowns.
So... This is one thing that it seems interesting to me. It seems like there's a divide between the men's national team and the women's national team. Like it seems like they don't.
Aren't they under the same organization?
Yeah, they are. But it seems weird. Like I don't know if any male players have come out and said like, yeah, they deserve that. Because
you know what?
But I'm talking about like right now.
Didn't Michael Bradley say something before? I feel like
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's kind of controversial sometimes too. So I don't know.
It just seems weird to me. It seems like there's a big divide between the men and the women, and when it comes to this whole issue. And I think the men should support them mainly because the men have a better opportunity to go make a lot of money with their club team. The women don't have that opportunity.
And so the women play more games for this national team. So they're spending more of their time in there.
Yeah, so it makes more sense to be like, okay, since the women don't have the same opportunities, because you can make millions playing for garbage MLS and be a mediocre national team player, men player. The women don't have that opportunity. So since they don't, let them get... You should be advocating for them to get paid more for the national team than you, since you have the opportunity to go anywhere and play, even though y'all aren't good enough to do it.
In NWSL, they're literally playing on tinier fields, in an outfield of baseball games. Like, get out of here, dude.
Yeah, no, it's really a shame. So I'm just gonna cut the last few topics. It's too long. But yeah, so obviously, if anybody,
so merciful.
If anybody goes back and look at We Made It podcast history. We've advocated for many times for women's rights.
Way back.
Yeah, that was actually episode. That was our 20th episode. But it wasn't episode 20. It was a special episode.
Big back. Was it like special episode 2 or something?
That was our first special episode. So yeah, it's a shame that the women get that they have to file a lawsuit to do this. It's a shame.
You know
shout out to Hope Solo. She was out here fighting for this stuff and saying this stuff, and I wish I should go back and find that dude's name, that journalist who's like calling her crazy and talking about her past antics. Dog, all these dudes get away with anything. They can do whatever they want, and everybody still respects them. I was going to say something crazy. No, but hopefully the women can get everything they want out of this lawsuit.
This is a country that prides itself on being the land of the free. People have an equal opportunity, equal right to speak up and voice their opinions and seek freedoms that they don't have in other countries, even to seek asylum. And it's a damn shame that even within this country where people seek that, there's division among a gender, which is crazy to me. Like literally, like there's absolutes in this world, you know, and especially when it comes to life and everything that happens. And we have these players that are going out there. They're absolutely better than the men. They've absolutely performed more than them. Nothing but hard facts on that. And they're underpaid. They're unappreciated. And they have to go to court and basically state their case on why they deserve something that they've historically and periodically and consistently earned and showed every single time.
Listen to the episode because Caesar can't be talking that clear for that long because that was good. I'm not gonna let you keep talking and then mess it up. England,
I hate you.
Also, England won the She Believes Cup, so we'll see what they got going on in the World
Cup. Who won
the
USA U23 tournament?
Probably
Maldives.
Yeah, exactly. Probably
Burkina
Trinidad.
Faso?
Yeah. Wow. But yeah. Anyway, we made a podcast episode
Maybe
90.
one of the Fiji Islands did.
Episode 98. We made a podcast.
We're almost at 100, y'all.
Yeah,
Then we're out of here forever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we'll give up by then. Be like, hey,
We're
nobody
gonna start a new podcast.
Yeah, exactly. The MMA podcast. But yeah, we made a podcast at WeMadeAPodcast.com. We made a podcast on all social media. Holla.